It sounds simple, but there's a very complex simplicity to the madness of being productive and being successful behind the productivity that you plan on a daily, weekly, monthly, and an annual basis. The goal of being productive is to raise the bar in the skill set of producing and scheduling and planning your days. When you learn how to plan your days, as I said, you go into planning weeks, planning months, and planning years of activities that will get you from where you are to where you desire to be. That's something where it is a skill set that we're not really born with. We have to all learn it, and we learn it all in different ways. But the one inevitable fact of being productive and planning your days and your hours and your minutes is that the time that you do not plan for productivity, and productivity, don't get me wrong, is fun and it's also relaxing. So, and it's also meditative. It's also sharing, where you can share your time with other loved ones, business partners, whatever. So productivity doesn't just mean straight business, laser focus, and things of that nature. You're laser focused on the planning aspect of productivity, regardless of what it involves. And as I was continuing on, what you don't plan, that randomness will steal away from the greatness that you potentially can have. So you have to be literal in the awareness of observing yourself, or lack thereof, of planning your days. I want you to even think about, and just, for my own experience, just think about for yourself the moments that you didn't plan throughout your day. What did you do? How did you fill up those minutes and hours? You probably laid around on the couch, ate some potato chips, watched some reruns on TV, watched a bunch of commercials. You probably went outside to sit on the porch just to watch cars drive by, or you did something very random that wasn't productive, that wasn't very reviewing. If someone was to ask you, hey, how was your day? What did you do? Nothing. That's literally what you did, was nothing. You didn't produce anything. You didn't change. You didn't grow. You didn't progress. You didn't fall forward. You're actually standing in place from where you were. And that waste of a day is something that we cannot afford as great human beings, as extraordinary beings that we are. When you aim to find your inner gift and to find that which was God given to you so you can deliver it and serve the world from it, you don't have time to waste, literally. You don't have time to waste. Everything must be planned down to the microsecond. Maybe not to the microsecond, but pretty damn close, at least to the minute, so that you can build a skill set to say, let's go from here to weeks, to months, to planning out years. I have my next 7 years planned out. And I'm so excited because understand, before we get into these how-to tips on how to maximize your productivity, is that it's not being 100% in accomplishing the plans that you have, because inevitably, due to life circumstances and just the randomness that life gives you, you're going to have to shift your plan a little bit left to right. But it's better to shift 5% than to have to move 50 to 60 to 70% or more of your life around, because you just didn't plan any of it. Okay, so let's get down to the tips. And the first one is something that is widely used in the personal development community, and it is called chunking and layering. This is pretty much the equivalent of what we coined as micro planning. Instead of looking at a bigger picture, like say a building of architecture, You want to ask yourself, how does that building stand? How is that building so wide and so tall? How are there so many windows? How is it that it was built to occupy thousands of individuals at one time? These are all little trinkets of planning that you have to engineer, that you have to think about and engineer your mind, and you have to have the same architectural and engineering mindset when it comes to micro planning. That's why I love having an engineering background, is because I learned the secret of reverse engineering, literally the process of that, learning how to see the end goal of something and then working backwards on how I got there. Okay, and then once you work backwards, then you have to learn how to visualize forward to see if what was seen at the end is what was visualized from the beginning. You have to sync up that same process. Otherwise, you have part of your brain going left and part of your brain going right. So it's very important for you to put yourself in a position where you can plan backwards. You can see the end result, where you're living on the beach, you're living in a vacation spot, you're making money without your participation, you have thousands of employees working for you, you're a celebrity, you're an online celebrity, you're an in-person celebrity, you have a legacy built, you have foundations built, and charities as well. You have a huge family, you have, excellent business partners. You have to learn how to plan all of this, of where the end goal is, and move all the way back down to where you're at now as to how do you start getting there. And it's such an enlightening process to work backwards, plan backwards, visualize forward. It's such a great process to do, and I definitely invite you to do that. If you don't, and I say this all the time, if you don't do anything else that I ask of you in these videos, make that one tip the focal point, at least for the next several weeks. Learn how to chunk, learn how to layer, and you can do plenty of research out there on many different techniques that are used to make this skill set a permanent skill set for your success. Okay? Chunking and layering, that's what it's all about. Second tip is finish each hour before you start. It goes into a combination to what I just talked about. Learn how to reverse engineer the process. See it happen already in your mind before you begin to write it on paper. If you can't see it, then therefore, you can't believe it. If you don't believe it, therefore it can't be achieved. You have to have great belief in that which you're visualizing and seeing. Otherwise, you're just daydreaming. You're just mindlessly minding yourself, okay? And your mind is minding itself. You're not behind the wheel now. You're in zombie mode, so to speak. So you have to get a grasp of that and put your brain to use to see the goal ahead, and then learn to believe in it emotionally, really feel good about it, really feel how you need to feel about it, and put yourself in a position to say, okay, I got here by starting this here. And that's where you reverse engineer, you see it backwards, you plan it forward, you visualize and plan it forward. Okay? And that's what it's all about, is finishing an hour before you start. The next tip we got here is, if I can take these off here, eliminate perfectionism and work peacefully. Choose one P over the other P. All right? So perfectionism doesn't exist. To be perfect means you have to perish. That's just a perfection of something. As something begins, it has to have a peak, it has to have a decline, and it has to have an ending. All right? That's really how you can break down perfectionism, because it is a thorough process that worked from beginning to end. It was in consistent movement, consistent progression, and it had its great moments, it had a decline, and it had an end, it had depth. Okay, it is what it is. Just get perfectionism out of your mind if you don't want to kill something before it starts. It's that simple. In fact, you don't even want to think about death. You want to have your mind thinking peacefully. One thing I didn't really agree with is that some people say, live every day like it's your last. I don't want to live like it's my last. If it's my last, I'm trying to survive, and I'm trying to do some outer mind stuff, that I would never discuss with you on video. But if I was trying to live every day like my last, if I'm living like my last, I'm not paying bills, but a bill may be due that day, or I'm not going to work or anything like that, because I'm thinking about who can I spend my last moments with. So in that sense, I don't want to live every day like it's my last. I want to live every day like it's my first day of being a massive success. Okay? So let's turn that phrase around and say, live every day like it's your first. All right? And you want to live it because you want to have peace. You have peace from knowing that adversely you planned it, you visualized it, you planned it, you followed through with it, you stumbled a little bit about the way, but you recovered, and then you eventually made it to the mountaintop where you now are at a new foundation, you're at a new plateau, so you now have to peacefully work your way even further past that point. You have to ask yourself, do I want to decline because it feels good up here for only so long? Do I want to be stagnant and decline? Or do I want to go ahead and find the next several new goals of my life and continue to climb and grow into a higher potential level of myself so that I can be the best for the world to experience? All right? So these are goals that you want to think about for yourself, is to let perfectionism go. It doesn't exist. It just doesn't. It doesn't. Anyone that shows you ways to be perfect, run from them quick. Trust me. Okay, I've done it myself when I was on my journey to discovering personal development. Everything that would say perfect or without miss or no mistakes or no work needed, no money needed, or anything like that. These are things you want to run away from, because these are opportunities that are only scams for your mind. All right? They steal away from the opportunities that you can have mentally to harness and create physically and manifest physically into your life. Do not waste your time with these opportunities, because they're not those. All right? So peacefully, that's what you want to do. And most of all, this is the most important tip at the end of how to expand and maximize your productivity, is to simply have fun doing it. If it's not fun, don't do it. I don't care what it is. I don't care how much money it can make you. I don't care what point in your life it will bring you to, and what progression point in your life it will bring you to. If it's not fun, don't do it. If it's not a fun conversation to have, don't have it. If it's not a fun relationship to create, don't be in it before it begins. If it's not a fun job to work at, where you can enjoy the people, you can enjoy the interactions with the customers, you can enjoy the fact that you're making money doing something that is meaningful, don't do it. There's plenty of ways out there to skin a cat, and there's plenty of ways out there to make money and to have fun doing it. I know people that work in the harshest of weather conditions, at some warehouse jobs, or airports, or shipping companies and things of that nature, where they just love what they do. They love the elements of weather. They love the people that they interact with daily. They love the fact that their bodies are working towards a goal or purpose. They're working on a team. They have a team concept. They just love these opportunities. And those are the people that get rewarded with life. They get rewarded financially. They get rewarded spiritually. They get rewarded physically and mentally. It creates a consistency to massively take action time and time again, effortlessly. And that's where the goal is for everything in every video that we create here at Learn, Love, Live, is to create effort by being consistent, momentous, so that effort that you're consciously giving every day can be effortless. It can be a part of you. And that's where you want to bring yourself to each and every day that you get out here and you're progressing towards finding your gift. And that's what God has given for you. In spite of everything else that's happening in the world, to have a balance of good and bad and just what's perceptively good and bad, God has given you a grand gift the day you were born. And it is your duty, given the present of life daily, to find that gift so that you can serve God through your gift. You can serve God's children through your gift. Okay? So keep that in mind. That's what it's all about. Everything connects with each other. Everything affects everything else. And every action means something. Don't forget that. All right? So focus. Be productive. Don't steal away from your greatness before you even get a chance to experience it. All right? Micro-plan everything. Chunk it down. Don't see the problem as a big problem. See it as several little fingers that creates, the big picture. And break each one down and really learn to understand each process. And then as you break down those processes, then you want to break down the processes within the processes. And you'll begin to see the bigger picture from a different microscope. You begin to understand it, and it becomes an effortless experience for you to bring to the industry, to the world that you're serving. Again, this is Nick Billions for Learn, Love, Live Strategic Life Consulting. As always, I hope that you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it. And I definitely want you to leave a thumbs up, leave a thumbs down. Tell me what you thought. Comment on this. Let's have a conversation. Let's have some Q&A. I might even give a shout out to you if I use one of your subject matters of what you want me to talk about next. And I always hit that. And if you haven't done so already, you've gone through the whole video. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. There's many more like this that we're making each and every day, 5 days a week, okay? And also hit that notifications button so you'll know on your mobile device when we create a new video, all right? And until the next time, as always, learn what you love what you want to live as, and live as if you become it. This is Nick Billions signing off. I'll talk to you soon.